Hello everyone, and welcome to our latest maths lesson where we're looking at multiplying unit fractions. So fractions that have a 1 as a numerator, for example 1/6 or 1/8 or 1/2352. Anything that's got 1 as a numerator is a unit fraction. So multiplying them by integers. Our word of the day is numerator. We'll see why shortly. So these are your warm-up questions. Can you answer these two? So pause the video, have a go at those. Do not forget about your placeholder when multiplying the tens, and then restart the video to see if you've got them correct. Okay, so let's have a look at those. So 8,694 multiplied by 7 is 60,858. 5,647 times 36 is 203,292. So well done if you got those. If you aren't getting these starter questions right, remember you can always ask about them in the help session if you've forgotten how to use certain operations. That's absolutely fine. Right, so we've got some warm-up questions here. So it says match the multiplication to the addition. So match the number sentence on this side with the number sentence on this side. So pause the video, give yourselves a couple of minutes if you need them, and then start the video again to see the answers. Okay, so let's go through these. So we've got 5 times 2. 5 lots of 2, which is that one, because you can see there's 5 lots of 2, and you see the answer is 10. So we've got 0 times 6, same as 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. 9 times 3, so 9 lots of 3, 9 plus 9 plus 9. 4 times 1/5 is 4 lots, 1/5, which would be 4/5. Okay, let's look at multiplying unit fractions by integers. An integer is a whole number. So Alex has 4 pieces of wood. Each piece of wood is 1/7 of a meter long. How long is all of Alex's wood? So have a think about that. How do you work that out? Right, let's have a look. So we've got the 4 pieces of wood there. Each of them is worth 1/7. Add them together, you get 4/7. So 4 lots of 1/7 is 4/7. So it's just looking at it a bit more. So 4 lots of 1/7 is 4/7. 4 times 1/7 is 4/7. So let's have a think about this one. So 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 1/4 times what? That equals what? So those are going to be the same. What do you think the answer is? So it's going to be 3. So you've got 3 lots of 1/4. So 1/4 times 3 is 3/4. Here we have 1/3 plus 1/3, which equals 2 lots of 1/3. Here we have 1/3 plus 1/3, which equals 2/3. So 2 lots of 1/3 equals 2/3. So as you can see, my word of the day is numerator, because when you're multiplying a fraction by a whole number, it's only the numerator that gets multiplied. The denominator just stays the same. So you've got 2 times 1/3, you just do 2 times the numerator, and the numerator changes to give you the answer. Okay, so here we have 1/10 times 5, so 5 lots of 1/10. So what do you think the answer is going to be? Remember that it's just the whole number times the numerator. Okay, so we've got 5/10 there, 5 lots of 1/10. So the answer is 5/10, which is the same as a half, because 5 is half of 10. If you divide 5/10 by 5, because they're both in 5 times the table, you get 1/2. Right, so this is a great time to pause the video and have a go at the questions on the worksheet 1 to 4, or you can carry on listening to it if you want to listen to the end. Okay, so remember our word of the day, which is numerator. Only the numerator changes when you're multiplying. So 5 times 1/3. What do you think the answer is? Okay, so let's have a look here. So we have 1/3 all the way up to 6/3. So 5 lots of 1/3. So if you add a 5, sorry, if you add a third 5 times to 0, you're going to get 5/3. And as you can see, whole number times the numerator, 5 times 1 is 5/3. So just the numerator that changes. So this is the only thing that you need to do. And just keep the denominator the same. And then it's just a bit of practice of putting our improper fractions into a mixed number. So 5/3 is the same as 1 2/3 because we know that 3/3 is 1 whole. And then you'd have 2 left over because 3 plus 2 is 5. Right, so what we need to do now is pause the video, have a think about these 3 questions, which are 8 times 1/2, 1/6 times 14, and 1/9 times what equals 2 wholes. So pause the video and have a go at those. Right, let's work through these. So we've got 8 times 1/2. Remember, it's only the numerator that's going to be multiplied by the 8, not the denominator. So that's going to be 8 halves. Remember, 8 halves is the same as saying 8 divided by 2 because of fraction. It's just a division sign with the numbers in. So 8 divided by 2, which is 4 wholes because it's 4 halves. There's 4 holes in 8 halves. Right, this one, so 1/6 times 14, only the numerator is going to be multiplied. So 14 times 1, denominator stays the same, 14/6. So then we're going to make that into a mixed number. So how many 6s can you get in 14? How many groups of 6? We get 2 groups of 6 and 2 6 left over, because if we work backwards, 2 times 6 is 12, plus the 2 at the top, we get 14. And the eagle-eyed amongst you will have realised that 2 and 6 are both in the 2 times table, so you can divide that fraction to get 2 and 1/3. If you divide the numerator and the denominator by 2, you get 1/3. The last one is saying 1/9 times what equals 2 wholes. So we're just going to look at this a bit further. If we figure out what 2 wholes is in ninths, which is 18 ninths, because remember 9 ninths is 1 whole, 2 lots of 9 ninths is 18 ninths, because it's a bit like saying 9 ninths plus 9 ninths, which is 18 ninths. So then we've got 1/9 times what is 18 ninths. Remember, when you're timesing by an integer, it's only the numerator is going to change. So 1 times what is 18? It's 18, so we've just got the 18 blocks shaded in there. So 1/9 times 18 equals 18 ninths. Right, so pause the video and have a go at these. 1/8 times what is worth 1 3/8. So how many eighths would be in 1 3/8? Remembering how many eighths is in a whole. And then we've got something times 1/6 that equals, or is equivalent to, 1 2/3. So maybe you could make those denominators the same. To start with, what do you do with 3 to make it equal 6? Whatever you do to the bottom, do to the top. So pause the video and have a think about those. Right, let's have a look at this first one. 1/8 times something equals 1 3/8. So if we work out that 1 3/8 is the same as 11/8, because remember, in 1 whole there's 8 eighths. 8 eighths plus the 3/8 is going to be 11/8, or 1 times the denominator. 1 times 8 is 8, plus 3 is 11. It's 11/8. So 1 times what? 1/8 times what? 11/8. Remember, only the numerator changes, so 1 times 11. Right, let's look at the next one. Remember, so we had to make those denominators the same. So 1 2/3 is the same or equivalent to 1 4/6. And to do that, you multiply 3 by 2 to get 6. Whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. You multiply 2 by 2 to get 4. So how many 6 in 1 4/6? If we make that into an improper fraction, which is 10/6. So remember, 1 whole is the same as 6/6 plus the 4/6 you already had. And that equals 10/6. Or you can remember the other quicker method I taught you about, which was 1 whole number times the denominator, 1 times 6, plus 4, which is 10. The 10 goes on the top. So remember, only the numerator changes. 1 times what is 10? 10. 10 times 1/6 equals 10/6. Okay, your activity has been assigned to you on Teams. The worksheet's already on Tapestry, which you've seen. So print off from where is best for you. Remember to check your answers against the answer sheet to see how you're doing, and if you need any extra help in those live feedback meetings. Remember, when you are multiplying a fraction by an integer, a whole number, only the numerator changes, the denominator stays the same. So if we just do a quick one, 7 times 1/6, only the numerator, 7 times 1/6, numerator changes, 7 times 1, 7, 7, 6. Let's just do another one, 182. I'm not going to make this into a mixed number afterwards. 182. Let me rub that out because it's going to be a really bad multiplication sign. 182 times 1/3 equals 182 times 1 is 182 thirds. I said I wasn't going to make it into a mixed number, but I shouldn't have practiced. So how many 3's in 182? There's no 3's. 1, 6 3's. 18. There's no 3's. 2. So that becomes 60. Remainder 2/3, which means we've got 60 wholes and 2/3. So we did make it into a mixed number. But remember, only the numerator changes. Thank you very much for paying attention. Let us know how you get on with those questions. Thank you for listening. Bye.